I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And well, look where we are right now. Back on the Gizmoplex in the year of our Lord 2025. What are we doing? So, I hadn't done all the shorts. I streamed one or two of them. I posted the reactions of one or two of them with some episodes. Back when I did them again back in 2022, I could not tell you which episodes it's attached to of those videos, and I apologize. But I did a couple. That was it. I wasn't planning on doing the rest. I briefly considered it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I did. But I was like, I don't really want to right now. But I got a request. And Lord knows I'm here for the people. So it was on Discord. The same person on Discord who had requested Christmas Dragon and the Bubble to finally be posted. So if you don't follow me on Discord, please do. Please join our Discord. It's down in the description of like all my YouTube videos, including this one. Please go join us there. It's super fun, and we have a lot of like little chats and stuff like that. I take suggestions in the comments as well. If you have suggestions, you can leave them just here on YouTube, but Discord's fun. And this one, it's from just me on Discord, and this one said, Faith, I trust your honesty and integrity, which I was like, dang, thank you. I know you stream Sleep for Health on Twitch. There are now Season 13 shorts appearing on YouTube. Some are separate, some are put in with the classic MST shorts. Some people may still be paying for them on the Gizmoplex. Are any of these shorts good? Sleep for Health was dull and may have shown that Joel has lost his edginess. Why attempt Mr. B Natural? Your devoted followers would really like to know your opinions on them. And that made me feel like really good that it's like you guys care so much about what you want me to do about these, and to have me finish out season 13 fully and give my opinions on it. I'll be honest with you guys, I think I watched the first 4. I got Sleep for Health. By title alone, at least, I don't remember watching any more of these at all. So of these 13 shorts, 9 of them will be brand new to me, and it's been literally years since I've seen these first 4. So this is just a big short special. Don't know how long it is, because I'll be just reacting to these and then doing kind of a wrap-up at the end. I just remember the shorts being very dull and being shocked because even I've riffed a couple shorts. I'm looking into more to do. And I'm not saying it's easy. It is work. It is work to riff for an entire thing. But I'm doing it by myself. These guys have a team of writers and they're still boring. So I'm like, dude, if you thought mine was boring, I'd be like, hey, fair assessment. But with these guys, I'm like, these should not be boring. You are the professionals here, right? So we're gonna dive in. Let's see. Yeah, Jonah only has 2 shorts and they're the first 2. So I'm like, oh, great. That's, well, my best bud is only in a couple. I will say that Emily has several. She has like 6 of them, which is almost half. And I will say that I appreciate that, just because if you're not going to give them to them evenly, I'm glad that she's the one that gets more, because she had at least 1, if not 2 episodes stolen for Joel. So, you know, there's 2 Joel ones. Of course, the last one's a Joel one. It's also one they've done riff tracks before. So we'll see how that goes. There's one by the Mads, and I think there's 2 by, it looks like either Mary Jo or Cynthia. I honestly am not sure, because I never got that far. So we'll find out together. And if you guys know things about these shorts, I'm going in the order. I double checked. I went to each page. I'm going to go in the order that it says they were released. If they were released during streams or things like that, like with the Gizmoplex streams when this stuff started, I don't know that. I'm just giving you the info I have. If you have more info, feel free to put it down in the comments. I was not a Kickstarter backer, so I didn't see these things early. I didn't see these things as they premiered. So if I have a piece of information wrong, just let me know in the comments. I'm just doing my best here. So we're going to start with Pipeline to the Clouds. This says, like, for instance, like, I'm going by what these dates down here say. The 11th of May, 2022, about water conservation. So let's go. Captions are already on. Yes. Will to Live leaving? Yes.
And
no, I'm kidding.
Now the MST3k Short of the Month Club.
Hello, Shorts fans. You're watching this because you've been involuntarily subscribed to the MST3k Short of the Month
Involuntarily,
Club.
pretty much.
The only
I
club
give the
bold
people what they
enough to
want,
subject
okay?
its members to the I'll show you what I mean.
I love that this season had no sets. Love that everything was green screen.
Yeah. Hope you guys like American folk music.
Let's go!
I don't actually care.
Okay. Why is she more in character here than the whole season till the end? Okay.
On your
Hopefully the
right,
audio's
you'll
still
see the
good.
newly renovated Splash Mountain, and on your left, 16
No.
places to buy lightsabers.
That's actually in Hollywood Studios, so you wouldn't see that on the riverboat. Though I do love when they did the Disney references in Killer Fish, which I watched semi-recently on stream. I literally don't remember this at all. I don't remember a folk music riverboat. Stop that. Captions go away. I don't remember a folk music riverboat short starting at all, so...
The God King!
The very roots of society were dependent on water.
Ah!
The rain god always stood high in the
I do love a good joke, I will say. Ew.
Keep it cool, you guys. Come on.
In some cases, we get
Okay, stop. That was... No, that's weird. Also, the sounds they made were
Sure
weird.
taking that left turn at Albuquerque.
are the wonders of the modern world.
Damn!
Broken buckets of this age.
It's never gonna be as funny as the damn jokes from Percy
You know, it's
Jackson, I'm
always
sorry.
synchronized swimming when you swim.
It's too old, Doctor.
Okay.
But to all too
Why are these
many
bots so horny? I don't like that. These versions of them.
Oh, Mary, look at this darling drought in the window.
Thank God there isn't a coffee shortage.
Yeah, coffee is water.
Sign.
all of us need more water than we did 60 years ago. We are
I don't think we
clear,
need it more. We probably needed it back then.
but though today's waterworks installations may be,
The ride still sucks.
they are not sufficient for the years ahead.
That's reassuring.
The United States Public
This
Health
really is
Service
boring,
reports
actually.
Smoking is cool.
almost
I,
6,000 communities with no water.
Wow, I was like, maybe I was in a bad mood when I watched it the first time. No, this is really boring.
As well as to provide for the normal expansion of existing waterworks,
Disappointing.
an estimated 3,000 new treatment plants,
3,000.
9,000 well.
Points for a Sesame Street reference.
9,000.
Okay, don't oversell it.
8,000.
More than 45,000 miles of water pipe.
45.
Okay, I get it.
It's even worse
We must
today.
meet these needs.
Oh,
We are to have enough safe
I'm
water.
sorry. When Baron does the squeaks, it like really annoys me.
Brought to you by Nestle.
Is that a Raggedy Ann wallpaper?
For any
It's kind of
young
sweet.
citizen in the middle of the night.
Is this based on a Cormac McCarthy novel?
For saying at the beginning, hey, I hope you like folk music, I thought the
spaghetti
whole
industrial.
thing like would have folk music in it, because there are riff track shorts that are like
There's one
almost
thing Americans
musicals.
can be counted on to
but,
do.
like,
It's to selflessly accept
didn't,
mild
you know,
personal
it
inconvenience for
didn't,
the betterment
so-
of society as a whole.
Yeah, how many riders? 5. Let's see. 10. 14. 14 riders. Assume these don't have things at the end because they're shorts. The music from the Skeleton Crew, whatever they're, that's still hype, but otherwise, that was so boring. Brrr. Yeah, that was as bad or worse than I remembered. So, I mean, nothing. I mean, like, one or two little bits, and then you get, like, oh, okay, cool, like a Sesame Street reference, haha. And then it keeps going, and then they have Baron do that squeak that's so annoying. It's like, Baron, I'm sorry, Baron isn't great at doing voices, in my opinion, especially compared to Hampton. So when he does these voices and does, like, super, I just, like, I hate it. I cannot stand it. Like, I'm sorry, Baron and Kelsey, I just got some issues with, man, with their delivery, so totally looking forward to Kelsey being in the majority of these. Anyway, let's make a meal in 20 minutes. This is only 5 minutes long, and on the one, and that's including there's going to be an intro by Pearl, I assume, who, again, is more in character during these intros than the whole season 13, except the very end of Christmas Dragon. Whatever. So this short is probably only like 4.5 minutes, because there's going to be credits and the intro. Hang on, I gotta see. She's talking, wow, so they don't get into it for about 45 seconds, and then it's done at 4:50. Yep, it's a 4-minute short. 4 minutes. It's from May 12th. I think it was released the day after the one we just watched.
And
Why'd
now,
you turn off
another
my
installment of the
subtitles?
MST3k Short
Why
of
are
the
you
Month
doing
Club.
this? Why do I have to put it on every single time?
All right, this. This month's short is assigned to Jonah and the
The
Bots,
last
and it's
one,
fairly
help me.
educational. It's called "Let's Make a Meal in 20 Minutes," but it's not something
Every-
you'll ever have
every
to
episode
worry
of
about
Chopped.
since we don't allow you to cook.
This is all last Jonah 1, which means the other's gonna be even worse.
Did you ever have to make a meal in 20 minutes, literally from the time you entered the kitchen until the meal was ready to serve?
Do Hot Pockets count?
I mean,
Well,
yeah, I've made a
Sally
sandwich.
Gasco did
Gasco.
when the schedule for a before-supper football game and an after-supper movie got a little confused.
Sally tackled an usher.
You're making little
She wasn't
Sally
in
make
too
a
much
meal in
of a
20
hurry,
minutes.
Though, and you should never be thoroughly before starting to the meal.
Wow, that guy was in a hurry to skip through that line.
Because
Yeah.
Sally is rapidly learning homemaking, she knows most of the basic techniques.
See,
of
okay,
good
that was
kitchen
funny, 'cause it
behavior
matched the look on her
and
face.
knows
That
how
one
to use
worked.
The tool Go Kitchen is an emergency
That's a
shelf
cool little,
of canned
like,
and packaged
lazy
goods
Susan
appropriate to a
shelf.
quick meal. Here's where Mother also tucks away a spare collection of cleansers.
Or poison.
The foods include canned soup, cooked meat.
Wait a minute, why would you put
stews,
cleansers with
any
the
good
food?
packaged
Yeah, hang
food which
on.
will come from the frozen food storage compartment of the refrigerator. The Gascos
Sounds like
keep
it's supposed to be
this
the
shelf full of
future.
the modern frozen foods, which are not only useful in general, but
So it's like,
especially
just heat up
so
this
for
frozen
quick
and canned
meals.
stuff in 20 minutes.
Sally,
Yeah, we can
cook.
do that already.
Basic meal, the hash, corn, peas.
Like, that's not, you're not
with a
teaching me
little
to cook,
cheese
really. You're just
spark
putting
up the
stuff
flavor
together,
of the
which is
hash,
fine, but...
are spread out on the
Sally?
3 minutes suffice to get all the packages open, and the contents.
You
out
better
of
get
the
them open in those 3 fucking minutes.
Another convenient thing, Sally will serve it with cream. There's no time for fancy
Cream?
sauces.
Flavors of a hedonist.
Yeah, what, just
How's
plain
the time
cream?
going? Well, fast, but
You
not
can,
too
you
fast.
can season a
It's
cream.
time to serve, and to use the utensils deftly and to use
Look
them
how
for the
deftly she's
purpose
using
for
that
which they were
spatula.
designed is a good supply of those modern foods which have taken most of the terrors out of cooking against the dead.
Terror.
Not
It's
the terrors of the
terrifying.
patriarchy.
I
That was
wish
it.
Ted Myers would narrate me drunk dialing Postmates at 2 in the morning.
That was it. 5. Yes, I will count every single time. 10. Maybe 11, because that's contributing. I count that. That's 11 people for a 4-minute short. You need 11 writers for a 4-minute short, and then it wasn't even funny. I don't understand. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah, that was it. Why couldn't they have done, like, a real cooking short? One of my favorite Riff Trek shorts that I go back to all the time. I don't know why. It's just fun and funny. Is the, cooking terms and what they mean, which I highly recommend if you haven't seen that one already. It's available on Friends if you have it. If not, just go buy it for like $1.25 and watch it. It's very, very good. And I love the cooking shorts. I think the cooking ones are really, really fun. That could have been really, really fun, and it wasn't. You picked a super bland 4-minute short where the girl's just reheating things. You could have picked an actual cooking short and made it really funny, and you didn't. And you give Jonah only 2 shorts, and you give him one that's 4 fucking minutes long. Why is my boy always being disrespected this season? I don't get it. Okay, on Emily's first one called Court Case.
I'm Pearl Forrester, and I'm going to ruin your evening. Let's see.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh god, I forgot. Now we're gonna get her bots. Her Tom is good. I like her Tom. I do. I think the guy's name is Connor that does it, if I'm remembering correctly. Does a good job. But her Crow, man.
Tennis is a form of war.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Aim tennis.
Oh my gosh, this is about tennis balls. I forgot about this one completely.
Contact is
No.
extreme. The tennis ball is the embodiment of perfection.
Fashion.
Each one,
What?
because where it lives, there's no room for the
The
undependable.
embodiment for perfection. What wouldn't you could you say the same thing about baseballs, bowling balls, any sports ball?
Has to be total.
Basketballs, soccer balls, like come on, man.
When so many
Shuttlecocks
things
even.
in each one, the answer comes from machines
Yay!
Look at that was cute.
and people.
Okay, that's good.
Must be absolutely and thoroughly homogeneous.
I got it.
Durability and
Do you mean
performance
homogeneous?
Start here. Off the mill, the new compound travels untouched to the
This is like an
extruder.
episode of Unwrapped, but for tennis balls. Which is nowhere near as fun as like getting to see how sprinkles are made.
Speed and
The rejects are used as Muppet eyes.
Right.
the heart of the tennis ball.
The heart of the paper mill.
This is a lot of work for something your dog will chew on.
Fair.
Now for the first, oversized and undersized centers are screened and separated to find use as simple play balls or other activities, not tennis.
I never realized how much tennis has in common with eugenics.
Yeah, right. You're very perfect, you tennis balls.
From natural rubber.
Ew, the ski balls are coming back all gross.
Yeah, gross. I love skee ball. I miss playing that. I should find an arcade or something.
No.
With each cover emerging in a sort of modified dog bone shape.
I was gonna say maxi pad.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's not a dog bone shape.
The new covers, mold marks disappear.
Mold
The
marks?
flat nap is raised and fluffed.
Now he's just making up words.
Right?
A lineup. We've said little about quality control.
There is none.
At Phoenix,
Yeah, right. But actually, I feel like he said a lot about the quality control at this
is more
point.
than a program. It is a way of life. Foremost.
A way of
and
life,
constant.
wow.
Pursued relentlessly.
Ah.
The goal is perfection.
Okay, can we stop with these bots being all horned up? I don't like it. Like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11. 11. Okay. Again, boring. Maybe a little better than the last two, if I'm being honest. But it's hard to tell, to be honest, because they were so not good. Let's see. It's just hard, because they're not good. They're just not good. They're just boring. And so it's hard to tell, like, was this one actually better? Was the short itself just a hair more interesting, being about tennis balls than water? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't like it. It's just not good. And again, like, that's a lot of people for one short, every single one of these, man. I think for shorts, 4 or 5 will do, you know what I mean? So, I would say that to anyone, including Rift Tracks, you don't need a bazillion writers for shorts. But, let's keep going. Here's the first Joel one. Yay! That apparently I already thought was boring, as just me said on Discord. Yay! Let's get this over with. And then I think, then we're to ones I haven't seen. I think. So, I mean, these all feel like I haven't seen them already, pretty much, but... Also, stop making the bot so, like... Auga, in this version. What is going on? Like, I know they can get that way a little bit in the original one. I don't know, it just feels like it's a little weird in this one. I don't know, just the vibes are off. Doesn't pass the vibe check.
Well, this short is for none other than Joel Robinson, and
Boo.
it's called
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me guess, it's probably Emily's bots again then? Oh, I forgot how shitty this tunnel was. Oh. Easter Bunny Films presents.
Baby's an exciting addition to the family.
But to keep the balance, someone must go.
Okay, see that's literally funny.
When's he ever going to be any fun?
He's an infant.
Easier since they help us do things without
It's the ugliest friggin' couch I've ever
Thinking
seen.
about things. The greatest threat to our fragile democracy.
All right, children.
LeFou, I'm afraid I've been thinking. A dangerous pastime I know.
Oh, yeah. She gets fresh air by opening her door a bit.
What's a door a
Good
bit?
night, David. Good night, sis.
David's
Good night, ADR people.
David eases himself to sleep by counting his sins.
He usually
No.
very quickly. What a wonderful thing sleep is. In
Sleep isn't wonderful, it's stupid, and it wastes time when I could be doing something.
way to relax that David finds that he usually wakes up before it goes off.
Which is why you
Lucky
should
David.
always get up a full...
You're never at your best until at least an hour or two afterwards. That's one reason why getting up early is so important.
No thanks.
David and Martha enjoy their mornings.
It's the last daylight they'll see before descending into the mines.
Gotta run, Mom.
Seriously, though, this film started with a baby.
You get
Wait, the baby wasn't even at breakfast.
Guys, I'm really worried. What happened to the baby?
Yeah, for real, that was odd that the baby just disappears. 3, 4, 5, 6. 11. Oh my god, 16? 16? Because of the contributing riffers? Even if they only contributed a joke apiece. Holy shit. Why do you need 16 fucking writers for a 9-minute? Was it even 9 minutes? No, if you take out these fucking credits in the intro, it was probably like a 7.5-minute short tops. Lord! boring! Ah! Okay, actually, I forgot. I did at least see the balance beam one, now that I'm thinking about it. I think at one point we watched it because I was streaming and it was new. Don't remember these two at all. Not whatsoever, but I know I did the balance beam one. I thought of that while I was watching this one. I was like, wait a minute. I was thinking ahead, and I was like, wait, there's one we're missing that I've seen. It's balance beam, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen these. Well, let's just keep going. The wonder of reproduction. Yay. Sure the bots will totally not be weird on this one.
And as the mother of a mad scientist, I can wholeheartedly tell you it's no wonder that I never did that again. Gird your
that's pretty
loins
funny.
for the wonder.
Hey, wow, way to use only one take for all the openings of these shorts, by the way. With the riffers. Emily did the exact same movie she did on the first one. Just have it record it 5 different times and use the different takes. Give it at least a little bit of effort.
Finally, we get to learn how to forge money.
And careful observation are 2 requirements for becoming good scientists.
Or so my dad kept telling me.
Come on in my lab.
I was about to say, yeah, this man is not a scientist.
walking in the lab.
Ooh, look at one of those like beta fighting fish things.
By carefully observing the way fish
Man, to live in a sepia-toned world like that.
Would you look at this one?
And he is one of the most beautiful fish you'll probably ever see.
Just
Now, if you
look
look
at
closely,
that muddy
you'll see just
brown.
about every color
I was
in
about
the
to say,
rainbow.
there's way more pretty fish out there, my dude.
Flowing fins as he
Not that it isn't cool looking, but...
right
But
now.
not only a real champion scrapper among fish.
He sold all the copper in
Strange
here.
as it may
Young,
seem,
scrappy, and hungry,
in
and
the
is not
family of
the
Betta
way
Splendens,
his
it's the
shot.
father. She performs her sole duty of laying the egg.
And keeping it tight.
You see, the female betta is
Ew.
much smaller and not nearly as picturesque as the male.
God
The
damn.
betta does not have
I
very
guess
much
that's true with
respect
birds,
for
though.
her.
The males
He
are the
would
bright
just
colored
as
ones,
soon
because they
fight
gotta
with her
impress
as
the
he would
females.
with
The
a
females are
male
just
fish.
like,
Oh,
you
they're
know,
Fleetwood
brown
Mac.
The
looking.
betta is what is known fish. He cannot get enough oxygen from the water.
Oh, it's
Every
like
few
fucking
minutes he must
Silverus or whatever. Like, no, not fighting fish. You know what I mean? The riff track's about the fish.
He also does something very special with it.
He must
adds
come up
2
for air.
hydrogen
He has
atoms.
decided brand fins and tails, displaying all of his colorful finery, while Mrs. Betta just swims patiently along.
Look, I just came here to dance, okay?
Human gentlemen, do you dress brightly and show all your finery when trying to
just
seduce
said
a
it was a
woman?
mansion.
The eggs float toward the bottom.
You mean
Father Betta
sink?
will swim after
Yeah,
them.
float
When he's
toward
gathered
the
up a mouthful
bottom.
of eggs, the male will blow each new egg up among the bubbles in the nest.
I think that's so wonderful and beautiful.
That's so much more complicated than how mammals do it, man.
Girls.
The eggs begin to hatch.
I'm falling, help!
3 or 4
Falling,
days,
help!
they leave the nest. Now they look like just common, ordinary little fish, don't they?
They're
They're
basic
called
as
Egyptian
hell.
mouth
Yeah, I
breathers.
was about to say, thanks,
Now, why
dude.
do you suppose they're
Jeez.
called by that name, Egyptian mouth breathers?
Because God let you name the animals
Right
and
you
you're
are, Kathy.
insane.
They come
Yeah,
from the
right.
famous river in Egypt.
This dude's nuts.
I know.
Except for one thing, this he is a she. A
Damn
female
it, you've
Egyptian
made a
mouth
fool
breather.
of me for the last
And
time,
those
Bob.
tiny
Yeah, how are these
eggs
kids
out
supposed to
are
know?
eggs, which will soon hatch into little babies.
She holds the eggs in her
See,
mouth?
that's where she gets the mouth breeder part of her name, because she raises
Ugh.
her babies in her mouth.
Ugh, that's
So her
weird.
mouth is a many, many
How did
rooms
you do
mansion.
that?
Mhm.
Let's begin at no. She has scooped up all of the eggs into her very large mouth. She will
That's
not
so
swallow them.
grody.
In about 12 to 14 days, the
That
eggs
is
will
so
hatch
gross.
into baby fish.
This is not wonderful
The
reproduction.
babies
This
are
is just
still
weird.
kept in the mother's mouth for several more days. Then,
Jeez! She spits out to the babies? What?
Boy, that's terrific.
Can we?
Is it? That feels kind of... Whoa.
That's right.
let me show you how to set up your aquarium properly so your minnows will live.
Quit micromanaging and let us do our thing, Bob.
That was grody. 6, 11. Okay, only 11 on that one. That's better than the last couple at least, like 16. Always makes me sleepy, but that's just what I get for watching a fish short that's creepy. That was odd. Again, it's like there's potential in that one. They picked a short that had potential. They got a couple okay lines out of it, I guess, but that's it. Like, they're not... I don't know why the shorts seem just as hard, if not harder, than some of the actual episodes. Why is 13 so rough? Like, there's at least a couple good episodes in 12 and a few watchable episodes, a few good episodes in 11 that are rewatchable in those seasons, but, like, 13, man. Okay, anyway, Cavalcade.
Can you dig it?
No.
Friends and
Couldn't possibly be the dark side of the
Let's bring back cameos to try to keep her attention. I don't give a fuck. This feels like I'm in detention. I wanna die. I hate this.
But a temporary tower must be erected and quickly.
Before it kills
The
again.
chances of a microwave tower being knocked out are very slim.
So
But never zero.
I love you too,
A
sir.
new tower rolls to its emergency destination.
Mary Jo's good, but without Bridget...
Bearings that take
Without Bridget, there's not going to be the fun banter of, like, the two girlfriends, like, hanging out and just watching something together. You know what I mean? You're watching it with all the ladies and enjoying it.
early morning.
I should have worn my mouth guard.
Oh, no!
Hey guys, are we all the
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, he's like, get the cameras away from me.
Thanks.
To garden astronomers.
Look, Dad, Jupiter's in the hydrangeas.
Stargazers.
It's weird. Earhart's mic sounds a little bit off. He sounds like he's actually sitting in the theater, which is good, but it's weird because so many of them, they're clearly recorded in a booth because their audio's so crisp. So why does his mic sound a little less crisp? I'd rather they sound less crisp, honestly, but I wonder why it's inconsistent. That's what I'm wondering. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Satellite spotting. Behind the wheel of the car we're driving, we're in a world of ergonomics.
So is this just about literally everything ever? Here's telephone power, like telephone towers, and now here's space and telescopes, and now here's cars! Cavalcade of just like anything you can think of.
One such manufacturer is the British firm that produces the Rover 2000.
A British car, ew.
If it's so dangerous,
Lead.
why does it taste so good?
Oh no.
It is also one of the softest, which makes it one of the easiest to process, to melt.
That's why we're putting it in paint.
Lead has a remarkable range of uses, often in the most unlikely situations.
Just ask Nancy Kerrigan. Remember?
No. No, the lead pipe.
Prime ingredient. This goblet of lead crystal was made in England by George Ravenscroft back in the year 1675.
He died in 1676.
Yeah, because he was drinking from a lead glass.
Nearly 25,000 ostriches are kept in this unusual farming.
What is happening?
South Africa's
Remove this blindfold at once. My father is a powerful man.
What is this short? It's nothing and everything all at the same time. That dude has a fabulous hat, though, with that feather. That was annoying as hell. What? Ostrich races? What are we doing? I've literally never seen such a weird thing in my life. It sounds like it was made up for a sitcom or something.
What?
No, are they gonna ride them? No! What? Dude, ostriches are dangerous! We already lost to the emus. You want to do this again? What the heck?
Sterling Movies
That was it?
Incorporated. Watch for us in the bankruptcy listings.
What in the hell was that? It was everything. Okay, wait, 6. Holy crap, that was so weird. 11. Okay, what does it say? What does it say? That was probably my favorite so far, and it had none of the season 13 performers in it. None of the riffers. It was 2 established riffers / characters from previous seasons. It's like Pearl knows how to riff, like Mary Jo knows how to riff, and Josh J. Elvis like knows how to riff. He's never been my favorite, but he knows how to do it, and it's like, again, it wasn't even the best written. Like, I mean, it's like on the same level, I think, of writing overall as these other shorts. I don't think the writing is good overall, but the riffs, I was slightly more invested. And the short itself, too, was a good short to pick. That is the first one where I've really been like, that is a short that gives you an advantage straight away by being interesting because of how random and weird it is. Cavalcade was finally one that was full on weird. And then you didn't give it to any of your actual hosts. You give it to other people. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so... Mr. Krabs, I'm so confused.
Greetings, friends, and I use the term loosely.
Fair.
Once again for our amazing supercomputer technology to randomly assign a group of riffers to a
The random selection hates Jonah then, 'cause he only gets 2 and never does it again.
The beam is 4 inches wide and 16 feet
Only
long.
4 inches?
Please
That's
watch
pretty thin.
Math for Girls to understand these numbers.
With a mount.
Did they sandblast graffiti off these walls?
Is the step-up mount on the end of the beam.
Did Wes
Like,
Anderson frame this
the
shot?
actual... What she's able to do is impressive, because I can never do that, obviously. But again, the best riff was about the graffiti on the wall. Man, that's it.
This was our 80th take.
There you go. Okay, that one's pretty good.
Transition.
I won't fly away.
Scales should be helpful to practice tumbling skills on the floor until perfect before trying them on the beam.
I would hope so.
First cartwheel was on the beam.
Keep the elbows close to the ears.
To block out the voices of the haters.
Couldn't see you there. I was too busy blocking out the haters.
To the gymnast, tucks her head.
Look how dirty those socks
bends
are,
her
girl.
elbows,
Damn.
And lowers her body.
Look, I walk barefoot in my house, but like, damn.
It's about time.
Splits
It's
are
about
an
time, don't you
asset in
think?
creating
It's
a
about
beam
time to
routine.
grow up, don't you think?
Gymnast should jump higher than the beam.
You'd think so, yeah.
Land with slightly.
And, okay, hang on. 6, 11, 11, okay, 12, because that's contributing riffer, I count that. Like me. That one, oh, that was October 14th, by the way. There was a couple that were okay. Like I said, the graffiti on the walls riff made me chuckle. The I'm like a babe off the way. Like, those were actually, like, okay, funny, and I laughed, and I admit it, great. But the rest is so boring. It's like when they have a good one, it's actually really good. I'm like, hey, maybe it'll pick up, and then it doesn't. Let's just go ahead and hop on into this one.
Just act casual and remember, if anyone asks, we hit a deer.
Oh no!
My brother's lucky.
You know, Ted here's going to be driving that car by himself pretty soon.
Drive?
Well, you already are, Karen.
Okay, let's see.
Sure, many of the skills you use.
Are they gonna say that that riding a bike gives you the skills to drive? Actually, I don't know how to ride a bike, and I don't have a driver's license, so what do I know?
Would any of you like to look at it?
Which one of these is the HDMI input?
Good morning.
It was like that sometimes.
Children of the creek.
Dan Aykroyd?
Catchy music, if nothing else, I guess.
My whole life is a lie.
Objects in mirror are duller than they appear.
Just like the shorts, even with the riffs that we're watching right now.
Skillfully.
Scientists call this looking.
See more of some things
Right?
and less of others.
Typical unconscious bias.
What? Of course, when you turn your
There's
head.
always a
What?
lot to look at when you're driving any
You
vehicle.
learn this as you become like a toddler. Like, you just realize how
much to
looking
look at.
works.
Another episode of Jim Henson's New York Mets, baby.
Who do you think's gonna pitch today? I hope it's not McKelvey.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yep, that's me.
No!
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Is he dead?
Bottom
No!
line, McKelvey
His
with
head!
8 innings, gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, and
I mean, at
1
least he's alive, but
ceremonial
holy
pitch.
crap. No! Oh my god!
And the moral of the story is, baseball isn't worth it.
Yeah.
No, for real. Finally something interesting happening in one of
All
these,
right,
though.
move along so we can finish this Larry Bird photo shoot for Pontiac.
Listen, I saw him play. Your team is much better off.
No!
Intersections pose the most dangerous.
So, what do you think? Should I submit it to Sundance, or...?
Film told us. How about unpacking this box for me?
Sure. I'll help.
Great.
It's the baseball players' ashes. They're
No!
gonna spread them at Shakey's.
Oh no! See, the best riffs came out of this
I'll
one
never trust men again.
when something interesting actually happened in the short, and it gave them something to work with.
Bicycle accidents.
Far and high and near and all that stuff.
Whoa, someone's auditioning for Pippin.
Don't you forget
about me. Yikes. I don't know who did the audio leveling on this one. I'm sorry, whoever did the audio leveling on that short, they sucked at it, because the music and the movie sign were super effing loud compared to the short itself and the riffs. That was, whoa. But, I will say, that one had a few good riffs in it when they had something interesting to work with. This, look, I've done a couple shorts myself. You gotta find ones that have something mildly interesting, for the most part, because if they're too boring, it is hard to find good stuff to riff about. Even Old Mystery Science and some riff tracks, they have parts where they slow down a bit because the film or the short that they're doing isn't super interesting in that moment, right? So I get it. But these guys are just picking ones that are boring, boring, boring. And this group of writers aren't good enough to lift up what's boring. So when they had that moment where the kid almost died, you had some good jokes from it. There was even a good joke later about it, and because it gave them something to work with. With these guys, you can't just pick Sleep for Health. You know, you can't pick one that's that effing boring. You gotta pick ones that have something interesting in it. And there's a lot of shorts that they've done, I'm sure that they haven't done, from Riff Tracks Mystery Science, that are goofy or weird or have something in it. That's what this crew needed to do, was do more weird shorts. Not redo stuff, as we'll see in a few minutes, but do stuff. Because that did help. A few of the jokes in that one were better when stuff happened. That's all they need to do. I just feel like, is it that difficult? Maybe it is. Maybe it is, but I feel like it shouldn't be.
This month's short is for me? That can't be right. Cynthia!
She's already had one, so why is it a surprise again?
But if I'm going in, you're coming in with me.
Oh, they're
I'll
doing
get
Cynthia
Mega
on this
Cynthia,
one.
Too. If one hurts, we
Severe
all
heart.
hurt.
Okay. I totally forgot there was a
Okay,
Mega
this time you
Cynthia.
kids buy beer for me.
That's weird. I totally forgot about that. What does that say about that character? Is he gonna pull over a cyclist?
Today, sir. Licensed a bike for some touring and from going around town, school, stuff like that.
Not an actor.
That was the best take?
Yeah.
A bike should fit.
That's a real nice bike, Jim. You're going to have to mow a lot of lawns to pay for it.
Have fun paying for your birthday
I was about to
present,
say.
son.
She said it was for his birthday. What? I hope that was just a joke. It better be.
The world ended 6 months ago, and now
Yeah.
it's just Jim and his bike.
That's like, why is this whole parking lot empty?
A new
When I go for my driver's license next year, might as well start learning about them.
Hey, that's smart, man.
You can use them on your bike, too.
This is The Hobbit. It's unrelated.
You can learn how to drive on a bike, so might as well start now.
Um,
You want to follow me?
like a little bit, I guess. It's like you can learn the rules of the road, I guess, but like
The bike manual says we're married now.
but like actual pedal control and wheels and stuff like. Okay.
Let's try it again. Just follow me here.
George Bailey, I'll love you till the day I die.
Rosie the Riveter, year one.
Always one for a good It's a Wonderful Life
What's
reference.
this, Sally?
Now he's working on left turns. Critical maneuvers for all drivers. Here's the type of left turn. that
Yes,
works
you
for
should be able to
everyone
turn left if you're driving.
New game.
Oh yeah, what is that?
It's called What's He Pretending? See the guy in the green car there?
Yeah.
What's he pretending?
Oh, maybe that he's a race car driver.
Wrong.
He's a knight on a green horse, bugging the peasants.
Another great game, Jim.
I was about to say, how old is Jim coming up with these
their
games?
30s.
Drum majors leading a parade.
I'm always just like, what's their life like? There's a person in the car has a whole other life.
Look at, hey guys, it's getting time to go. Jim,
It's getting time to go.
going to recite. What are the rules of the road?
Oh no,
or be
you're gonna make him recite it.
Traffic on our roads.
Why should you follow the rules of the road?
Because if I don't, I can't expect anybody else to.
Oh, you mean we
Fair.
follow the rules of the road?
Brought to you by Safeco. Oh shoot, we forgot to mention helmets.
Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, that was funny. They absolutely didn't mention helmets in a bicycle safety short. That was 9 riders. That it? Hey, okay, well that's nice. Less riders on that one. The audio also not so friggin' loud at the end like the last one. That was crazy. that one had a couple good lines. That one at the end was funny. But they did themselves, I feel, a service for me, a disservice for them by having Pearl riff. Okay? Because in my opinion, by having Pearl riff, you can tell how Mary Jo has much better delivery than almost everybody else. Almost everybody else, she has better delivery than. In my opinion, better delivery than all the other women, from Emily to Kelsey to both Cynthia's. And then also better than Baron's Tom. I think Joel's actually really weak in these, unfortunately. I think Joel, as a whole, obviously in his episodes, great riffer. But it's just in these, I don't know. He just doesn't have the zip, like the whatever it was that he had in those first seasons. I don't think he has it the same anymore. I think even Josh did pretty good in Cavalcade. I think Josh did pretty good and was able to jump back in and do it really well. I like Jonah, but I'm kind of biased, so I'm trying to keep him kind of out of it. I think Hampton is good, and I think Connor is good. Emily's Tom and Jonah's Crow. I think I got that backwards for their names. I'm sorry. Connor is Emily's Tom. Hampton is Jonah's Crow, which I think most of you know, but in case you didn't. And I think they're strong for the new crew in terms of actual riffing. But having Mary Jo, having Josh come back for one, even when the jokes aren't good, their delivery is still pretty good. And it's like, it just points out, you just see more of the faults in the others. And that's pretty rough, you know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty rough to do that, to compare it. And here's the problem. Well, anyone can be not as good when they're new or not be good for the same characters, but like Bill and Kevin stepped in right away and were riffing pretty well at first and fell into their roles within the first season they were on it. I think Bill especially, is his puppeteering that good? No, especially not compared to Trace, who ended up being very good at it. But I think within the first 10 episodes, he improves a lot just in the puppeteering, and that his riffing is pretty good at the beginning, and once he settles into the voice he's going to be using, which is pretty much his voice, it works. And that only took a few episodes. And then I think Crow is pretty damn good. And so it's like, why could something Bill and Kevin did in just a few episodes kind of settle in to their own voices and make the characters work in just a few episodes within their first season? And some of these guys can't. Like, I don't think Baron did. Joel has no excuse. Granted, Emily, Kelsey, Connor are all new, so I can't be so much on them. But on the others, you know, and I'm like, I love Jonah, he's my guy, but like I have to really be objective as if he is the strongest riffer. I think he has a good voice for it. I do think he has better timing and delivery than a lot of them. But of the hosts, I think Mike is the best actual riffer of the hosts. Bill is probably my favorite riffer overall ever. I think Bill is just so funny and his deliveries are so good. If you ask me who can take a lame riff or a reference I wouldn't get and make me laugh, it's Bill. Like, I think like Bill's Crow especially, there were times where I'm like, I don't get this reference, but I laughed anyway just because the way he said it was funny. And I think it, you know, I just think having Mary Jo in this is good for me, but kind of a disservice to a lot of the others, because it's like, oh man, she really is a lot better than like the rest of you for the most part. And it just is what it is. But it just kind of shows that while these guys could be talented writers, talented performers in general, they're just not, this was either not the place for them or not the timing for them, or if they had better writing, or if they had better performers in some cases. Maybe the writing would come off a little bit crisper if they had people that could deliver it as well as like Mary Jo and Mike and Bill and all of them can deliver stuff. You know, I think you get it up there with Hampton and Connor. I think Connor actually is really good, especially for being brand spanking new in terms of being in the show. I'm pretty sure he did have some experience, though. If I'm correct, which I might not be, but if I'm correct, he did replace Baron on some of the live tours when Baron couldn't do it. So he did have some experience, and I feel like you can tell. If I'm correct about that, like, yeah, he seems way more comfortable than, and just way more, his delivery's just better than Emily and Kelsey. And I know Kelsey wasn't supposed to be here originally anyway, but she should not be who they picked, unfortunately. Again, she could be absolutely hilarious. She could be absolutely great if she was developing an original character. But yes, so I don't know how much of that bit's gonna stay in there, but...
What do you want from me? It's a randomized computer system. I do not make these decisions. Cut me some slack.
It is weird that Jonah only gets 2, though, and he's also a leading host in the season.
Okay,
not just because of me, just in general.
This short learn all about
and here's the thing.
Keeping food fresh.
If the Emily ones were better,
enjoy.
If the Emily ones were stronger, I wouldn't mind it so much. But since they're not going to be strong either way, I'm like, just give me Jonah then, please. That's not her fault. Oh, Coronet. That's okay. Come on.
By the king and queen of whimsy.
You've got to get some stuff out of this man.
Yes. Keep. Looks like another
a lot of juice.
Screwdriver morning.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of juice.
Steve and Kathy.
And the child we don't mention.
Yeah, again, there's a 4th place. I guess that's Dad.
What's up, Matt? Steve is ready for breakfast. And Father, too.
Back from his
Who did
other
nothing.
family. And Kathy's missing 3 fingers.
Oh, no.
He won't eat any more of the sausage. It may be spoiled.
Right,
Ew.
Kathy.
Why do you even swallow the bite? He should spit it out.
Good to eat by smelling or tasting.
Thanks for feeding us rancid food, Mother.
You should never eat. Some mold
Ugh.
and some germs can make you
Gross.
sick if you eat them. Now let's see what happens if a bottle of milk is left
No,
out in the
no
refrigerator
more.
for a long time.
Gross.
And let's make a cow watch.
No.
After a day or so, the dirt may not make you sick.
Wink.
But it's safer if you don't eat with things that have fallen on the floor until they're washed again.
Because dirt can make you sick.
Yeah, right, then it's like, wait, what's the reason then?
Is important too. There are germs here too.
Ah!
Although we can't see them.
Yeah, don't.
The best way to get
Jeez.
germs off your hands is to wash and
I'm gonna poke you with this needle if you don't wash your hands.
using lots of soap.
Oh, man.
And rubbing it even when we look at it very closely.
Don't poke it again.
Germs that might cause us to get sick have been washed away.
Now turn off the light switch and grab the door.
Another thing we do to keep germs away from food is to keep it covered.
That was a genuine good one, man.
Quarantined Pac-Man.
No, Pac-Man.
Don't forget to put the cover back on when you leave.
The cake looked like it was made of fabric when they cut into it.
If a fly lands on your food, it can
Ugh.
leave harmful germs there.
But add texture and flavor.
Germs
No,
can be picked up from
gross.
waste material. And at the school lunchroom,
Hey, this is
there
the
are
Mr.
other
Bungle
things you
short,
can
it looks
keep
like.
foods fresh and clean. He keeps the uneaten half on the wrapper.
For the
Okay.
lunch gods.
Keeping food on a wrapper or a plate or
Yeah,
a
who just
tray,
puts your food on
if
the
you have a hot
table?
lunch, helps keep the food and the table clean.
And pure.
Who just puts food
If
on the
someone
table?
offers
You want a
a
hit?
bite, this helps to keep the lunchroom clean.
Psst, Soylent Green is people.
Wherever you are and whatever
This
you
one's had
do,
at least a couple good
it
lines.
will help you.
I think it had a couple good lines in it, but I think the short gave them opportunities for better lines, like than they had a few times. Where it's like, why do we do this? And a lot of the answers they had weren't as punchy as they could have been, but there were a couple good lines in it. You will see them. I will edit it in so you can see that I thought they were good lines. I just feel like there's a little bit more they could have done with it, but for the Emily ones, if they're going to be boring, at least there are a couple good lines in it. I say the Emily ones, that's unfair for any of these, really. Just that it had any good lines. I think it's just because the Emily ones, they've given her, like, really boring ones. Mr. B Natural is a short that I don't think ever needed to be redone by anyone. That includes riff tracks. The only reason I give riff tracks a pass on doing it at all is that they did the uncut version, which is a few minutes longer than the Mystery Science version, the OG version, right? But they did do the same jokes as the original like 6 times, okay? And that's a problem. If you're going to redo it, whether you're doing an uncut version or the same version, you can't reuse the same jokes. Now, I think they've said before that the guys don't rewatch the Mystery Science riff before writing the riff tracks one, okay? That's fine. Somebody should. An editor, one of the other like contributing writers, needs to watch the OG and then read your script and be like, oh, hey, at 2:15, at 4:19, at 8 minutes and 10 seconds, we have riffs that are very similar to the OG short. We need to fix that. But they didn't, and that's a problem. So if I call out any riffs in this one that mimic the original, just know that I would call out anyone, including riff tracks, for doing the same thing. I think riff tracks, overall, shouldn't even be re-riffing anything that they've done. I love Giant Spider Invasion, Hobgoblins, both original Christmas episodes, what else? Because they've done several. Manos. And I think the riff tracks Manos is better than the Mystery Science one. I do. There are times where re-riffing it is fine. Like Manos, I don't like the original Manos that much. Host segments are great. The short is great because it's hired. But the episode as a whole is like a real downer. And it's the riff is kind of hard to watch. But the riff tracks one makes it a lot more fun and punchy. And that works out. But when it comes to Giant Spider Invasion, Hobgoblins, Santa Conquers the Martians, the Mystery Science one was already so good, you didn't really need to redo it at all. And the riff tracks are good. I would like to see them do other more original stuff. And again, I can clock pretty well, like, oh, hey, they had the like virtually the same riff in the same place in the old one. Why did no one fix it or check that or whatever? You know, so if I call anything out on this, just know I would do the same thing for riff tracks. I think it's kind of cheap for them to, of all of them to redo. They're doing Mr. B Natural, and I'm like, dude, not only have they done it, even the Mads have done it, I believe. I have not seen that version as of yet. I'm like way behind on stuff of the Mads that I need to be watching. But they also redid it, and I don't think they had to. I think there's plenty of educational shorts out there that they could do that don't have to be repeats of what Mystery Science did. The original is such a classic. I don't think riff tracks had to do it. Their version is funny. I appreciate that it exists, but they didn't have to do it. And they have at least 6 jokes in there that are like identical. And so we will see how this one goes. This is also by the Mads. This is by Kinga and Max, I think. And this is supposed to be, someone told me, it's at the end of season 12 when Jonah and the Bots trap them in the theater. So this is like their punishment for the gauntlet. This is what they had to do, I guess. Still have no answer to how they got out of there also. Maybe that was in the live shows. Ugh, you see live shows to be a real fan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's just stuff in the live show that just bothers me. Oh, okay, no intro. I guess because it's not technically part of the Short of the Month Club series, I guess. I don't know. Someone's also, this is a premiere January 6th. I think someone said it actually premiered with Christmas Dragon. Maybe they just officially put it up, like in the Kickstarter backer stream. They just put it up for everyone, I think, on January 6th, I think. Okay, let's see how this one goes, boys. Chat, are we cooked?
Mr. B Natural. There's no way out, Kinga. We can't control where the movies begin or end.
Just sit down. Maybe it won't be so bad.
If they've already seen it, then like it doesn't, you know,
Betty,
it doesn't matter.
Luster, and Bruce bode well?
This doesn't bode well for us.
Hey, we're throwing around the word ball.
Well, the
Oh,
marching
Lord.
band has spelled out con.
Guess there's another marching
It's
band
like-
to the right spelling out.
Okay, hang
air?
on. This just really, really bothers me. But these seasons, it's okay to laugh at the jokes the other people make. I think that makes it feel like friends watching it, and I think it makes it feel more ad-libbed, and I love that. And I love that they did that more in seasons 12 and 13. There's more of the laughing in the theater. I love that. Riff Tracks also does it, and I think it's great. What I hate is when they compliment each other, though, on the riffs. oh, good one. Oh, haha, did that one good. Like, they do that a lot in these seasons, these new ones, and I hate it because, like, don't pat yourself on the back for how funny your own jokes are. That's what it comes off as to me. It's in riff tracks, if anything, they get annoyed at each other's jokes, quote unquote. Like, if Kevin gives a pun, they'll just be like, Kevin, you're fired. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they make it actually funny. They're not just like, oh, good one, Kevin, and, like, meaning it. You know what I mean? And that annoys me because it's like the writers patting themselves on the back like, yeah, we did write a good joke there, didn't we? I hate it. We're throwing the word ball around. Shut up! it just bothers me.
Here. How's that?
You can't.
Move in a little closer, friend.
It's the same riff! Don't do the same riff. Especially because they just implied that these two knew what Mr. Natural was!
The spirit of Don't be too sure I wasn't in the garden with Mr. and Mrs. Adams.
She's the devil?
Everyone makes that same fucking joke! Stop! We are literally... What? A minute and a half. We are a minute and a half into this fucking thing. 2 identical riffs. Yes, they're easy. Yes, it's easy to imply the devil. Yes, it's easy to scream when she appears. But everybody does it. And I don't give riff tracks a pass for any of that either. It's the same joke. It's literally the same. If you're gonna do that, then why do the fucking short when we have the original Mr. Natural? And these two aren't even doing the extended version. So it's like, if you're not gonna do the extended version, if you're gonna do riffs that are the same, why are we doing it? Why are we here? I upset my dog. What are we doing here? I'm sorry, Rudy. I woke him up. What are we doing? Why are we here? Why am I doing this right now? If it's the same short, but not as good, with less good riffers. Oh my god. Let's get this fucking over with. Holy shit.
Wish I could get
We're tight to dance around.
and be as
Be as awesome as Perry Como.
be like Fred is.
That's exactly like the other one. They all go, aww. That's very similar when he says it in the Mystery Science.
Does he have an innate
He goes,
fear of enclosed space?
Are you a musician, Mr. B? You play any instruments?
Me?
Nope.
They're members of my family, boy.
Same thing. I mean, that's an easy joke too, but they did it in the Mystery Science original as well. That's what, 4 or 5. Again, it's like the riffs that they are putting in those places are weak compared to the original. So
Mr. B's all about that bass.
If most of them are either going to be
Get him out of
weak,
here.
then like just don't do it.
Oh, Mr. B, we shouldn't.
Ew.
He said my face was practically made for trumpet.
And radio.
I want to learn, Dad.
Aw.
Seems like you really do it that, son.
But as always, the answer's no.
Right.
For the music store.
See, like, again, there's a couple okay ones. Can we please?
Damn,
Help me.
Mr. B.
Through research, one manufacturer develops the highest quality instruments.
Don't die on me, Horn. You have a family.
Their best performance.
Okay, see, there you go. There's one. Thank you. Jesus.
That's our general.
He is dressed kind of like that, actually. Oh, come on.
It's not that good.
See, okay, that was pretty good, and it gave us a bit of a visual joke. That's different, so...
Forced integration?
The Long Line Symphonet Society presents big band music from the Waldorf Astoria.
The second half has been better than the first. I'll give it that. It's still not great.
Hey, Dizzy, it's your cousin Marvin. Marvin Gillespie.
There you go. Okay.
Well, listen to this.
Okay, second half, definitely stronger than the
Rhythm,
first.
they're tearing the place apart.
So, again, not perfect, still
The
slow
Doc Severinsen
in
story.
places where it shouldn't be, but it is definitely picked
Don't
up.
forget
I
to
will
buy
give it
more
that.
mods, kids. It stinks.
No! You can't steal! God! You can't. Ah! But like, look, I know. It's easy. It's so fucking easy to do that joke. I know. Here's the problem with it. it doesn't just in that moment come off as a reference to the OG. It comes off as stealing from yourself. It doesn't come off as it's naturally a joke. It's another one that you stole directly from the original. If that had been the only one that was identical to the original, I may have let it slide for real. Because there are some jokes that just come naturally, get it, and that make sense. It would have made sense to have that joke and have it be a reference because it's the same motion. I get it. You could have done it. But if you're gonna have 5 to 8 riffs, and this goes for riff tracks too, that are identical to ones in the original, it then doesn't come off as a reference, it comes off as derivative. It could have been a reference if it was the only one. I could have given you it if it was the only one, but you didn't. You had a bunch of them, and so it comes off as cheating. It comes off as derivative. It comes off as we couldn't come up with anything better, so we're going to just say the same thing. It doesn't come off as a reference when you've done it a million times, like in the same thing. Again, the short, much better in the second half. Lines that were either funnier or it was a little less slow, and I think the delivery was all right. I think with a little more practice, Patton Oswalt could actually be a very good riffer because he also is he's already a very good voice actor. And so I'm like, he really could do this if he learned the timing to be right and stuff. But I think that potential is definitely there. But Kinga, I don't know if it's because the writing just isn't great. Felicia Day has never clicked with me in the role of Kinga. And I don't know why. But one of the best moments was when he stood up to the slow clap and she pulled him down. I was like, stop it. Like, that was actually funny. And it was a little bit of a visual gag that didn't need the bots. And like, I was like, hey, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. It's not with any of the actual hosts, but thank God we're somewhere. And then you did the It Stinks, and it just bothers me because it's identical. If you hadn't had, like, 5 other riffs that were the same or nearly identical to the original, it would have come off as just a reference, but it comes off as just stealing from yourself. Because it's the exact same, and I know it's easy to do the Scream, I know it's easy for the Garden of Eden joke, I know that these are easy. But that's why you should show how talented you are, allegedly, by, like, not doing the same effing ones. And I don't blame, like, Felicia and Patton for it, because I don't think they were the writers on it. But, like, the 5 people that were writing it, you had a strong second half. Why didn't you go back and redo the repeat riffs, except for It Stinks, and then it would have been a reference, it would have been a mention, instead of just being stolen. Oh, God. It's like outside of the stolen riffs and how slow the first half was, probably through like the Mr. B dancing bit, the second half was good, and the second half was like good for these guys at the very least. And like, I could see myself checking that part at least out again. But again, it's the having 4 or 5 riffs that are identical, a couple that are very close, and then, again, same thing with the riff tracks. It's so frustrating. Because I'm like, you don't need to do the exact same thing. You were doing okay. And I look, would anything have topped the Pod People reference? Not necessarily. But it wouldn't have been yet another copycat riff in a short that had several. Or you cut the fucking repeat riffs and give yourself the one reference. You can't have both. It's like, you can't. Pick one or the other, for the love of God. Is it that hard? Or just don't do Mr. B at all. Give the Mads something else that's new and crazy. You could have, instead of taking an iconic riff and having them redo it in a way that is less iconic, pick another wacky as hell short, give it to these Mads, and have them create something iconic. Anyway, okay, we're almost done. It's like you the verge of greatness. You were this close. Like, there was just like that little just give me that please. It's right there. I can see it. And it just they won't. Anyway, was I too mad about that? Probably, but whatever. We're down to 2. Better Breakfast USA with Emily, and then Joel's last one. Because of course he's last, because they like to hurt me.
Which is better on the cob.
But is it grass?
Worthless without Hall.
The story of good foods made from cereal grains begins on the farm.
A different, better field trip.
Barley, one of the earliest known temperate regions.
You can't sit with us, Kansas.
The United States produces
Kansas shouldn't get to
half
sit with
the
them.
world's corn crop, principally in
Woo! Missouri and the Corn Belts.
deltas and river basins.
Did I get a map? Hey, we do rice too. Woo, Missouri.
Temperate regions.
Visit tropical Branson, Missouri.
Right?
Corn wheat, barley wheat, rice wheat.
Oh damn, wheat! Let's go! Missouri covers 3 bases.
Have a wide area.
Appetizing breakfast cereals that taste good.
And look, well.
Scientific processing based on research.
There you go, girl. You can do it.
Retain the food value, reach the consumer in factory fresh form.
Murder on the Cookie Crisp
Express. Enriched or restored breakfast
Give me
cereals
them Agatha
are
Christie
included
references,
in one
man.
of the 4 necessary food groups and have more fun and enjoyment every day.
Yeah, I was like, come on, yell or something. There you go.
Which I assure you have meaning.
Yeah, they don't. Oh.
Cereal and milk
Wait till you're 30, guys. It means nothing.
Good breakfast is a wise choice for the whole family.
Now this family.
It gets everyone off to a good start each day.
Another kid? Damn it.
Well, that's our health and nutrition television program, Better Breakfasts USA.
It was immediately canceled.
Yeah, it must have just been a special or something.
Health and nutrition. Good health begins with good nutrition.
Just ask Mon Mothma
Good
here.
nutrition begins with a better breakfast.
That was the best one so far, I think. It's 5 writers. Oh, 9 writers. Okay. More than I would have thought. Because the last one, Mr. Be Natural's second half, was probably the strongest. Cavalcade was a little better. Let's see, actually. This was easily the best one so far as a whole. They all seemed good in their riffs. I think Kelsey even had a few where the delivery was really strong, and I completely give points. Like, I think that the deliveries were stronger, and the riffs were good, you know, were good for them. So, I think, yeah, looking back at these, that was easily the best one overall. Again, Mr. B's second half is good. Cavalcade had its moments, I think, especially because it is so random, though. I think the short gave them a lot to work with. This short, I think, gave them enough to work with. It wasn't ridiculous or anything, but it gave them enough, and they took advantage of it, and it was good. So, at this point, Better Breakfast is easily the best one for me. At least, even when it wasn't laugh-out-loud funny, it had, like, a cozier, classic feel that I think a lot of these are missing. I think a lot of these are just plain boring, and the riffs feel like they're there just to fill space. But they're not good riffs. They're just very bland. And this one, even if the riffs weren't laugh-out-loud funny, they were, like, it just felt cozier. I don't know. So, Better Breakfast, easily the best so far. Especially the best for the Emily team, I think. Very, very good. And so we're to the last one. So we'll see. It is Joel, because of fucking course they would end with Joel. They want to see me hurt. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, let's go. Last one. It's Joel. Doing things for ourselves in school. Oh boy, kiddos, let's buckle in. Last one, we're almost there, god dang it. Are these Jonah's bots? Did they give Joel one with Emily's and one with Jonah's? That's weird.
He liked getting
Dalmatian!
out the food in the morning for Chipper, his dog.
How are ya?
Often we need
Whoa, that riff was so bad they had to mess with the audio.
Says you.
Steve saw that his and we hang
Mwah.
up the clothes so we can
It's like the... I'm really sorry if the audio on this one is bad, because the audio of the lady's super low versus the riffs. I'm trying to get it even, but I'm sorry if it's messed up.
Desk, as Steve did when he came across a word that he didn't know.
He knows words like Zeke and ready, but plant is tripping him up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Genuinely good point.
Wilson! Wilson!
God, jeez, why are they screaming so much in this one?
Then he knew
He couldn't read.
the word plant. But the sharpener was hard to turn.
Gal, so what else is new?
It was full of pencil shavings and needed to be emptied.
Wilson!
Could he do it by himself?
Nope.
Please stop yelling.
Wilson nodded.
This is
I'm
a
tired of
really
talking.
bad short to have the
David
yelling
watched
in
once
because the
before,
actual
when
short
Miss Wilson
volume
had
is
emptied
so
the sharpener.
low.
So some jobs may seem difficult at first,
Like a rodeo.
yet they become easy after we do them a few times.
Like your second rodeo, or pulling a night shift at Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, this ain't my first rodeo. Okay, pretty good. I was like, rodeo, and then I got it.
At lunchtime, so Joan had shown them something they could do next time for themselves.
Doing things for ourselves involves a lot of people.
Yeah.
We don't always have to watch others to.
I'll see myself out.
Please do. Sorry, that's rude. 5, 10, 15, 20! Holy shit! Ah! Who the fuck needs 20 writers for one short? Okay. Yeah, this is odd. Like, it's cool, I guess, that they gave Jonah's Bots an extra one to do because Emily's had so many plus Joel's first short. But, okay. Better than Sleep for Health. That bar was, like, in hell, but still, at least it was higher than that. Yeah, Joel is just not as good a riffer as he used to be, in my opinion. He doesn't have as much punch. I think there are times where Barron and Hampton actually kind of trounced him in that one a little bit. Also, though, whoever was their audio person for these shorts, I don't know who it was. I don't mean to insult them. But there's at least 2 that were really bad because the intro with Mary Jo and the credits on one were so loud, but the short itself, including the riffs, wasn't, so I had to mess with that a lot. So you guys can hear me and them. I'm hoping that it sounds okay. If it doesn't, I apologize. But then for this one, it was really bad because the short itself was really, really quiet. Like, the narrator was really quiet. And the guys were not just louder, like way too loud, comparatively speaking, but then they would yell, and that would get even louder, and you could tell where they tried to adjust it in some cases, but it didn't really work that well, in my opinion. I think it was a little rough. But, that aside, these aren't good, guys. I would not recommend these to anyone. The only one I can fully recommend is Better Breakfast. Mystery Natural, if you want to try it, if you want to see it, but, you know, that's probably the closest. It'd probably go Better Breakfast, Mystery Natural, dear God, maybe Cavalcade. Let's Keep Food Safe to Eat is kind of borderline. Bicycling Visual Skills is borderline too, because in the second half it got interesting. Because of the kid getting run over or whatever. All the other ones, though, I mean, you could skip. And honestly, again, the only one I can fully say, oh yeah, watch this one if you can, is Better Breakfasts. They're just not good, guys. It's just like this whole season. There's a couple little bright spots, like there's Munchie, and there's like half of one here, and a section of one there, and the host segments from this one, and a song from that one, and that's it. Season 13 is the most disappointing season of Mystery Science Theater, in my opinion, because it has all this potential. You're going to have all these writers, all these hosts, all these characters, and still 95% of it is boring nothingness that I cannot recommend. Like, look, there's some friggin' boring shit in season 12. Gauntlet has some boring episodes. The beginning of season 11 has some boring episodes. But there's stuff I can recommend, like, wholeheartedly. There's very, very, very little in this season that I could recommend wholeheartedly. Like, here's a whole episode. Here's a whole short, and I can recommend it to you. But compared to the other seasons, it's so little. It's so little, and I'm sorry. It's just like the rest of it, guys. I can't, in good conscience, be like, oh yeah, totally buy this. Oh yeah, totally watch this. It's like, if you have the opportunity, watch it for yourself and make your own opinions. As I always say, form your own opinions. Don't just listen to me. But if I was going to say, oh, this one is worth money. Oh, this one is worth you checking out. It's Munchie and Better Breakfasts. That's it. Like, everything else, I'm like, if you can, great. If you can't, whatever. But that just kind of is what it is, guys. I hope this video was good. It might be a little long. I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it and enjoyed my takes on Season 13. If you ever want me to do a big wrap-up, maybe I could do that eventually when I rewatch Season 13, because I literally haven't watched any of these episodes since I first watched them in 2022. So, we'll see. But again, as always, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for being interested in hearing my thoughts on this. And I will see you guys later.